Purely for entertainment purposes only. This is a short scene from a 1963 show. This particular episode has Diana Sands right here in the front. You see Cicely Tyson in the back, and I believe that's George C. Scott in the background as well. You're about to see James Earl Jones, who is married to Diana Sands in this particular show. It kind of is funny to me how, what James Earl Jones is saying because he's always been married to white women. So it's actually funny what I'm about to hear him say. But I assure you this is for entertainment purposes only. This is a frustration that black men have with white men back then and what the true black man has with the frustration of white men today. So without further ado, here we go. You might have to turn the volume up a little bit. Both of them are fucking swirlers, so it's funny how they both swirl, but they're in this. It's called acting, I guess,
Well, I know it's for.
I know. Who they?
Hello, Joe.
Don't come in, man. This ain't no protest meeting. Integrated couples ain't allowed.
But we're just trying to help, Joe, that's all.
What for? Why now? You scared or something?
Honey, baby, take it easy.
Will they bring you home? Thank you kindly, sir.
He's gonna try to get you a job, Joe.
You get me one, you know where to find me.
You better go now.
I don't want you around, man. You dig? I dig. And you ought to know better, you're black.
No what?
Ain't nothing gonna change nothing, never.
Joe, every white man is...
What you know about white men? I work for Mr. Charlie every day of my life, just living.
Joe,
I wanna tell you something. You too, mister. The white man stick a knife in my back. Another white man pull it out and stick on a bandage. You think I'm gonna kiss his hand?
You better go now.
Okay, Ruth. If you need us, call back.
Yes.
And Joe, a little hope, a little bit will help you get...
Get out of here.
Yeah, please go. The Rainbow Coalition is pretty much over now. It's a damn shame. It really is a damn shame. I mean, that's how a lot of true black men feel these days. Not the ones who kiss ass and want to be with white women, but that's how a lot of these men feel. Telling it to this man's face, even if he's not the one who has done him wrong, still, that's a powerful little scene as far as I'm concerned. It's a damn shame that Diana Sands, looking as beautiful as she is, was a goddamn swirler. It's sad that she lost her life to cancer at an early age of 39 in 1973. And it also seems funny to me how James Earl Jones, even though he spoke the truth in this episode of this particular show from 1963, did he really feel that way? Because he wasn't married to not one, but two white women. One who, I'm not going to take any pleasure in it, one who lost, she lost her battle, I believe. I think she had cancer or diabetes. She died in 2016. He was married to her for a very long time. The two of them have always been in shows with majority non-black people as their love interest. This woman even did a show called The Owl and the Pussycat with Alan Alda of all people, who was in that show called MASH. I never liked MASH. Every time MASH came on, I turned the fucking channel. If you don't know what MASH is, you can look it up on YouTube here. They'll let you see the intro, maybe have episodes, I don't know, but I couldn't stand that show. That show to me was trash. It was boring. Other people liked it because it was about Vietnam, but me, no. But Diana Sands, a very beautiful woman, nothing but a fucking swirler. Sad. So if you see her in movies with black men, she's acting, of course. She's not really attracted to them. Sad, but same thing could be said with James Earl Jones. I lost a lot of respect for the older celebrities and the older people that came before me out there during civil rights because, like we know, most of them were sleeping white, even though they were talking against the white man and the white woman and the establishment of oppression. They're talking about being against it, but they're sleeping with the very people who perpetrate the enslavement, the mind fuck, the mental slavery, and the oppression that exists to this day towards our own people. As beautiful as Diana Sands is, it's a damn shame that she wasted her time on those people, on those particular types of men. But then again, she was friends with Diane Carroll, who was also a swirler as well. I don't give a damn how old these people are. I don't care what kind of accomplishments they may have made as the first black this and the first black that. They slept with the people who were perpetrating hatred and still do to this day towards our own people. So as far as I'm concerned, they're traitors. I have no respect for them. I only have respect for Maya Angelou, who actually wrote the movie that Diana Sands was in called Georgia, Georgia, which came out in 1972, right before she died, where she swirled in there with a white man. Maya Angelou only dated white men as well and married white men. She married 2 white men. So I don't want to hear about how good her poems were. Her poems are a separate thing from what she was in her own life. All this respect that we have for Maya Angelou, but she was a fucking swirler. All this respect that we have for Frederick Douglass, but he was a swirler as well. All this respect that people have for James Earl Jones, who's an accomplished actor, but he was a swirler as well. If you're truly for black people, then why do you go towards people who are not black? I don't understand that. My whole point about this particular video is not to spread hatred. It was just to show the idea of how black men felt back then through the words of James Earl Jones, even though he's playing a part. And that is actually how a lot of black men feel today towards white men. And I'm not talking about the ones out there who are trying to oppress the white man and trying to beat the white man's woman, but the ones out here who are against interracial dating, who are against swirling in general, whether it be black men and black women doing it as a whole, and just want their community to thrive and want themselves to have a better shot at a better business, want to do things for themselves, and don't want the help of the so-called dominant society. So that's what this video was about. Not to spread hate. It was just to show you the idea of what they were talking about back in '63 and how they still feel to this day. It's amazing how all these years have gone by and still the same ideas and the same bitterness is still there. Now, yeah, there are some people who have moved on from that shit, but if you ignore problems that are, you know, affecting you directly, then you're only cheating yourself out of solving that problem. Because if you ignore racism and think racism doesn't exist, if you get with people who are not like you and think because they chose you and they're with you and having children with you that there is no racism anymore in this world, then you are only fooling yourself. The moment they call you the N-word, the moment they treat you like you feel you shouldn't be treated, you'll see that the reality will set in that you haven't done anything special, you haven't done anything amazing. It's the same thing. Just because, like I've told you, just because somebody's skin color changes does not mean your problems go away. You need to understand that. Women and men of this community who decide to date out need to understand that your problems will not go away just because you're with someone of a different race. It's not the way it works. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like I said, a very beautiful woman, but it's a damn shame she was a swirler, just like Dorothy Jandrich. When you start seeing a lot of these black men, a lot of these black women in these movies with non-black people as their love interest, you understand what kind of life they're truly living, because they're truly comfortable doing those scenes because they do that in their real life. They do that in real life. That's why. It's really sad because she's a very beautiful chick, but I mean, she's been dead for 6 years before I was born. She died in '73, so yeah. But it's just sad. And she got married to a white man in 1964, way before this interracial law was passed that we can marry people of other races. Wow. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you. I'm out.